Good morning, everyone. I'm Joshua Powers, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at William Patterson University. And it is my honor and pleasure to welcome you, our graduates, your families and guests, to William Patterson University's commencement ceremony. We also extend greetings to those who are watching the live online broadcast. We call this event a commencement because it is the beginning of something new, a new stage in the lives of those receiving degrees today. So the event looks to the future, but at the same time, it is filled with many traditions from the past. Perhaps the most obvious tradition is the academic regalia worn by faculty and graduates. The square cap, also known as a mortarboard, worn by graduates, for example, originated at Oxford in the 12th century. Another is the academic hood, which is worn by those who have received or are receiving the bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degrees. The colors inside the hood indicate which institution granted the degree. It is said that students would drop gold coins into these hoods to pay for their lessons. That doesn't happen anymore, just so you know. This and other traditions, such as the ceremonial mace, the president's medal, and academic honor medallions and cords, are described in your program booklet. For many years, one of the most popular traditions in America has been a musical one. Graduates enter the commencement ceremony marching to Edward Edgar's famous work, Pomp and Circumstance. In moments, we will observe this tradition. But we know that none of us gets to these milestones in our lives alone. Our graduates commence today due to the care, nurturing, and work done by the faculty and staff at William Patterson University. Please join me in welcoming and thanking faculty and staff, some of whom graduates have personally recognized in recent weeks for having made an especially important difference in their lives. At this time, please welcome the graduating class of William Patterson University.
At this time, please welcome William Patterson alumni members of the classes of 1970, 1971, and 1972. At this time, please welcome members of the Platform Party, members of the Board of Trustees, Provost Powers, President Emerita Kathleen Waldron, and President Richard J. Heldobler.
Good morning, William Patterson. As president of William Patterson University, I welcome you to the 199th commencement exercise of the William Patterson University of New Jersey. Will members of the graduating class and members in the audience who are serving or who have served in our military forces please stand and let us thank you for your service. Will everyone please stand for the national anthem, which will be sung by graduating music performance vocal major Janais Martinez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. So John Anis's mother is graduating today. Minerva, where are you? Stand up. Mother of 5 children graduating college. That's some serious willpower. Congratulations to both of you. Very nice stuff. I'm pleased now to introduce members of the Platform Party. I would ask the members of the Platform Party to please stand and remain standing as I read your name. I ask the audience to hold your applause until all have been introduced. In the third row, beginning on the left, Francisco Diaz, Associate Vice President for Student Development. Sue Gerber, Assistant Vice President, Institutional Effectiveness. Jonathan Lincoln, Associate Provost, Curriculum and International Education. Sandra Hill, Associate Provost, Academic Affairs. Loretta McLaughlin-Vanier, Chief of Staff to the President and Board of Trustees. Cara Rabbit, Associate Provost, Academic Initiatives. Miriam Warman, Professor of Biology and Faculty Award recipient. Nicole Davey, Professor of Environmental Science and Faculty Award recipient. Richard Kearney, Reference and Electronic Resources Librarian and Faculty Award recipient. In the second row, beginning on the far left, Eileen Lubeck, Dean of Students. Gammon Bartle, Interim Chief Information Officer. Kevin Garvey, Associate Vice President, Administration. Melissa Reardon-Henry, General Counsel. Stuart Goldstein, Vice President, Marketing and Public Relations. Allison Boucher-Jarvis, Vice President, Human Resources. Guillermo de Vega, Vice President, Strategic Initiatives and University Relations. Reginald Ross, Vice President, Enrollment Management. Pamela Ferguson, Vice President, Institutional Advancement. Mickey Camarada, Vice President, Student Development. Wartina Davis, Dean, College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Ian Marshall, Associate Dean, College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Amy Ginsberg, Dean, College of Education. David Fuentes, Professor, Teacher Education, and Dean's Faculty Fellow. Anthony Bowrin, Dean, Casacos College of Business. Martin Gritch, Associate Dean, Casacos College of Business. Venkat Sharma, Dean, College of Science and Health. Melkamlu Zalecki, Associate Dean, College of Science and Health. Edward Owosu Anseh, Dean of the Library. Barbara Andrew, Dean, Honors College. First row beginning on the far left. Ansia Karma, President, Student Government Association. Donovan Taylor, Student Trustee. John Galandek, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. Kathleen Waldron, President Emerita. Michael Sieve, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Carlos Medina, Honorary Degree Recipient and Guest Speaker. Joshua Powers, Provost and Senior Vice President, Academic Affairs. Kevin Lanahan, Trustee. Lourdes Cortez, Trustee. Michelle Garcia, President of the Alumni Association. Danielle Wallace, Professor, Africana World Studies and Chair of the Faculty Senate. Brian Wheeler, Marketing Major, Graduate Student Speaker. And Danielle DeRoche, Professor of Biology and University Mace Bear. Please join me in welcoming them today. Thank you, and please be seated. At this time, I'd like to recognize Randall Terhune, who carried our university gaffalon. Randall, please stand. Randall was honored as being the highest achieving transfer student by the deans of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Randall is receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree, summa cum laude, in Asian Studies with a minor in Social Justice. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Randall. I'd also like to recognize our student banner carriers. Please stand when I read your name. Helen Gonzalez from the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Rebecca Ramnareem from the Casacos College of Business. Victoria Heising from the College of Education. And Emily Maksud from the College of Science and Health. These banner carriers were selected by their deans for their outstanding academic achievement, and we commend their accomplishments. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. I would now like to present honors bachelor's degree candidate and undergraduate student speaker Brian Wheeler to address the graduating class. Brian will receive a Bachelor of Science degree in marketing, summa cum laude, with a minor in economics. Brian served as technology consultant to the Global Business and Finance Institute in the Casacos College of Business and technology assistant in the Department of Information Technology on campus. He is a Dean's List student, completed the business track in the Honors College, and received the Honors College Scholarship as well as a Trustee Scholarship. Brian was invited to speak as the highest achieving student selected by the deans in the Casacos College of Business. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Wheeler.
I'd like to take this time to acknowledge and thank President Heldobler, Provost Powers, the deans, the faculty and staff, the guests, and as well as the Casacos College of Business for granting me this honor of representing the class of 2022. And before I begin, I also want to show my gratitude to my mom and my dad, as today marks the end of their tenure in the education system, supporting all 6 of their children to graduate from college. A feat Yes, I grew up the youngest of 6 kids in Fremont, California, and I went to all the same schools that my siblings went to. I know exactly how the year was going to go when the teacher would look at the sheet and say, "Oh, you're a Wheeler," or "You're a Wheeler." Now, that was until 2014 when I moved and packed up our bags to go to sunny, fantastic city of Wayne, New Jersey. At a new high school, it was time for me to start writing my own legacy instead of living in the shadows of the siblings who had come before me. Unfortunately, though, I didn't rise up to this occasion, and for this time in my life, I feel as though I had failed. Not only had I failed my family's legacy, but also my own. And now, I can't imagine I'm the only one here that has failed at some point in their life leading up to this moment. And to those who join me, I say this: the story always continues. That is the beauty of failure. If you take a step back and look at it for what it really is, it's just a figment of our imagination. The only way you fail is if you don't get back up, and despite failure being inevitable, it is always an opportunity to grow. Your story always continues. My story led me to William Patterson, where I could involve myself on campus, thank you to this community that welcomed me with open arms. I worked jobs on campus, including the IT department, where at some point I probably asked all of you if you had turned it off and turned it back on again. I founded a club, and I developed relationships that will last a lifetime. Shout out to Megan Quetchen, who sits in these seats before me. She's been by my side every step of the way the last 4 years, and I'm forever grateful for her. Now, as all of our stories continue here, I'm sure the graduates have been asked, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? And the reality is that I hated this question. For most of my life, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And as time went on, eventually, I found out what I wanted to do through a feeling that I discovered while doing something I was so passionate about. I strongly encourage you, once you do experience this feeling, chase it. Be relentless. Be obsessive. Be resilient. Let everything else be secondary. In the words of Steve Jobs, the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And one final quote I'd like to leave you here with today is from Kobe Bryant. And it comes from an Instagram post that he shared after tearing his Achilles at age 35, an injury most would consider the kiss of death. In just one caption, you see a human developing and coming out the other side even stronger. Towards the end, he wrote, "If you see me in a fight with a bear, pray for the bear." That's Mamba mentality. We don't quit, we don't cower, we don't run, we endure and conquer. After today's ceremony, I hope you all remember that the story always continues and that you promise to chase your dreams in order to do great work that inspires those who come after us. That way, when we leave this earth, our legacies will live on forever. Thank you.
Brian, congratulations. Great job. Thank you, Brian. Be relentless and be resilient. Now, the Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Joshua Powers, along with President Emerita Waldron, and I will present the Faculty Recognition Award to 3 faculty members for distinguished excellence in research and service. I'd ask the awardees, as your citation is read, please come to the left of the podium. At the end, please move to the right for a picture. Provost Powers.
I'm pleased to continue the annual tradition of recognizing members of the faculty based upon the recommendation of their peers for their particular contributions to excellence in the areas of teaching, research, scholarship, and creative expression and service. Will Professors Miriam Warman, Nicole Davey, and Richard Kearney please come forward at this time? Please refer to your program for more extensive lists of each of their accomplishments. I'm first pleased to present the Award for Excellence in Teaching to Professor Miriam Warman. In her 37 years at William Patterson University, Professor Warman has shown exceptional passion for teaching and dedication to her students, successfully preparing them for careers in science and health. She has taught courses in biology and biotechnology for majors and non-majors, many of which she developed. She also created and developed the university's bachelor's and master's degree programs in biotechnology. Her extensive involvement in campus initiatives, including serving as Director of General Education, guiding development of the core curriculum. Professor Warman engages her scholarship in her teaching, her research, supported by grants from the National Institutes of Health, among others, and published numerous scientific journals and conference proceedings, has provided opportunities for students in her lab to preserve significant research projects. She directed a U.S. Department of Education Math and Science Teachers Grant. Professor Warman has served as chair of the Department of Biology, chair of the Faculty Senate, and director of the Center for Holocaust and Genocide Studies, which she co-founded. Her publications include the handbook, Surviving in a Germ-Filled World, instrumental during the COVID-19 pandemic, and Brave New Judaism, When Science and Scripture Collide. She has delivered more than 100 conference and scholarly presentations and invited lectures. In recognition of the inspiration and insight she brings to William Patterson University students, we are proud to proclaim this citation of excellence in teaching awarded to Dr. Miriam Warman, Commencement Day, May 18th, 2022. Next, I am pleased to present the Award for Research, Scholarship, and Creative Expression to Professor Nicole Davey. Since joining the faculty in 2013, Professor Nicole Davey has produced a body of impressive scholarship and led her students in cutting-edge research and publication. Her research focused on the development and interpretation of tree ring records to describe climate variability across timescales from years to millennia, is critical to understand the impact of climate change on populations and ecosystems. The author of nearly 60 peer-reviewed papers in quality journals, she has also authored many published abstracts with her students as lead authors or co-authors. Professor Davey has been awarded more than $3 million from federal and private funding agencies for projects from paleoclimate research to science education to collaborations with artists, including a recent National Science Foundation grant aimed at building research capacity and partnerships for students and faculty at minority-serving institutions. Passionate about science education, she led a research team that built tree ring expeditions, or TREX, public online labs, and her awards include selection as a 2020 Fulbright Scholar. The associate editor and reviewer of various journals, she serves as chair of the Department of Environmental Science and is a member of the New Jersey Science Advisory Board's Climate and Atmospheric Sciences Standing Committee for the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. We all feel safer today because of Dr. Davey. In recognition of the distinction and honor she brings to the university as a research scientist and scholar, we are proud to proclaim the Citation of Excellence in Research, Scholarship, and Creative Expression awarded to Dr. Nicole Davey, Commencement Day, May 18th, 2022. Congratulations. And finally, I'm pleased to present the award for service to Professor Richard Kearney. Richard Kearney, Research and Electronic Resource Librarian, yes, librarians are faculty, receives the Faculty Excellence Award in Service this year for his many years of exemplary service to the university in the areas of library database acquisitions and faculty senate policy, making as well as the state and community at large. In his 22 years at the university, Mr. Kearney has worked to acquire a vast collection of databases for teaching and research, enabling high-quality instruction and scholarship for both students and faculty. He is committed to making open educational resources accessible for the campus community and was instrumental in helping faculty and students with needed electronic information during the shift to the online learning during this COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Kearney has served as a member of the Faculty Senate and as parliamentarian, and is a long-time member and chair of the Senate Academic Standards Council, playing a leading role in drafting and revising policies on the state level. He is the longtime chair of the Vail Purchasing and Licensing Committee, a member of the New Jersey Statewide Database Advisory Committee, and a member of New Jersey's Library Services and Technology ACT Advisory Council. He has served as president of the College and University section of the New Jersey Library Association and received his highest accolade, the Distinguished Service Award. An adjunct professor of history, he has served as a reviewer for the state's History Regrant Program for Passaic and Morris counties. In recognition of the distinction and honor he brings to the university in his service to students, colleagues, and the community, we are proud to proclaim this Citation of Excellence in Service awarded to Richard Kearney, Commencement Day, May 18th, 2022. Congratulations and best wishes to all. President Herschel will now deliver his remarks to the graduating class.
Thank you, Provost Powers. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, faculty, administration, staff, and students of William Patterson University, I offer my congratulations to the wonderful William Patterson class of 2022. Yes. And let me say, it is so great to have you all together here with family and friends to celebrate as one class, one William Patterson under one roof again. Congratulations. Please know that the entire Pioneer community shares in your pride at this milestone event in your lives and in the life of the university. You are the very embodiment of the William Patterson mission to educate and graduate students who are changing the social fabric of New Jersey and our country. And in turn, your degree embodies your hopes and dreams for the future, as well as the solid foundation of skills and experience on which you will build that future. For our trustees, as well as the university administration, commencement is the fulfillment of our work in leading and guiding William Patterson. For our dedicated faculty, commencement is the culmination of their commitment to your academic success. Our entire staff shares in that dedication as well. They have all supported your success directly as advisors or in other roles, as well as by creating and maintaining a safe, healthy, beautiful campus in which to live, learn, and work. I ask that members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, administrators, and staff of the university to please stand and let our graduates join me in demonstrating our appreciation for your good work. Faculty, staff, and administration. Thank you. For the many Pioneer alumni with us today in every capacity, commencement affirms the value of their William Patterson experience, whether it was 3 years ago or 30. It's also a great opportunity to reconnect and reminisce. Recently, we honored the members of the classes of 1970, 71, and 72 as they celebrated their respective 50th anniversaries of their commencements, even if it is 1 or 2 years late. In the classes of 70 and 71, we know it was worth the wait, that it means that we can do it in person. So I'm certainly delighted to have these alumni, along with members of the class of 1972, with us today. Welcome home. As you know, none of us achieve great things completely on our own. So let's take a few moments to thank everyone who has helped us get here today. For families and friends, today's commencement is the fruition of a lot of hard work on their part, as well as their sacrifice, as well as that of their graduates. It has all been well worth it. Your graduate's degree also represents your support and your encouragement, which has been so important to their success too. So will the parents and guardians in the audience please rise? Will the grandparents in the audience please rise? Will the spouses and the parents and the children of the graduates please rise? Will everyone who has supported our graduates please rise? And thank you for your support. Congratulations. You certainly helped our graduates get here. You helped them succeed. And you all deserve honorary degrees. And so I'm conferring upon you the PTT, which stands for Pushed Them Through. Congratulations. You know, we all lead such busy lives these days that opportunities for reflection are few and far in between. But commencement is one of those times when, in addition to celebrating, you should be sure to pause and think deeply about the path that you have traveled up to this point in your lives, and contemplate the path that you will pursue now that you have your degree. Those paths will take some of you to graduate school, others to launch what may be the first of many different careers. Some of you may know exactly the direction you will head. But you may end up surprising yourselves in where your careers take you. Others may be less certain. But remember that you are nonetheless prepared for success thanks to your William Patterson degree. You have the skills and the ability to be successful in whatever field you enter. So try things out, knowing that you can draw meaningful experience from what doesn't work as well as what does. Make yes your default response to new opportunities. Many old notions about careers have been discarded. This does bring some degree of uncertainty, but the upside is the freedom to change course and pursue what brings meaning to your life. If you ask people who are most satisfied later in their careers, you will often find that at the time, the path they followed wouldn't necessarily have predicted where they ended up. As someone who started out life as a ballet dancer and a theater director, this university president can attest to that from personal experience. Whatever path you choose, you can be sure that the world needs the kind of talent and dedication that you have to offer. The willpower that got you to where you are today. We need educated and enlightened people to serve in government and the military, to work as first responders and on the front lines of healthcare, to launch and grow new businesses, to teach in and lead our schools, create art, and volunteer in our communities. And by your presence here, you have proved that you deserved your place at William Patterson, and that you have made the most of that opportunity. Whatever comes next, I know that you will make the most of that too, and be able to proudly claim your place in the world. A pioneering computer scientist named Alan Kay once said, "The best way to predict the future is to invent it." You might do that literally as a scientist in a lab, as an entrepreneur creating new products and businesses, or as an artist composing new scores, writing novels, or creating sculptures. You might do it by building safer, healthier, educated communities as a police officer, a nurse, or a teacher. However you choose to invent your own future, I encourage you to consider the impact of your work on the future of society as well. Your new degree is a kind of golden ticket that will bring you a better and more prosperous life, and with it, a greater responsibility to help others. These past couple of years has taught us hard but valuable lessons about the heroics of our first responders, the need for good science, the disparities of justice, economics, and health in our communities of color, and the overall fragility of life. May we all learn from these lessons and commit our talent, skill, and energy to building a better, healthier, and more just world. In doing that important work, I hope your future also makes room for lots of laughter, dancing, singing, and great food. You so deserve to be happy, to lead a productive life defined by these things and by the love of others. Today, we will award the degree that you have earned, along with the rights, responsibilities, and privileges that go with it. I want to speak to one of the responsibilities that I think is especially critical at this particular point in our nation's history and to our collective success. This is a time when we find ourselves so politically, racially, and economically polarized that it is hard for us to even listen to one another, let alone hear each other in a genuine effort to understand those different from ourselves. You have learned and lived in one of the most diverse university campuses in New Jersey. It is my hope that you have also learned to appreciate and respect those who look, think, and love differently than yourself. And it is my hope that you have learned how to engage with those who look, think, and love differently from yourselves. And finally, it is my hope, and I would argue that it is our responsibility, that as we move out into the world and as you move into your cities, towns, and neighborhoods, that you will use those skills to promote a better understanding and appreciation of otherness as a means of building true community. I'd like to leave you with a quote and a thought. The quote is from the late author and social activist Bell Hooks, who was a distinguished professor in residence at Berea College, and I think her words brilliantly capture my hope. She said, quote, "Beloved community is formed not by the eradication of difference, but by its affirmation, by each of us claiming the identities and cultural legacies that shape who we are and how we live in the world. Let each of us play our part in creating and sustaining beloved community." The last thought is what I like to call Hell-Dobler's last lesson, which is simply this. Of all the successful people that I have had the privilege of meeting in my life, not a single one has ever attributed that success to more Instagram followers, a new iPhone, or any other gadget or thing. Instead, they credited a human, a family member, a professor, or some other mentor. Please, please be sure to nurture those relationships and remind those people what they mean to you. And just as importantly, strive to be that person for others. Now, as eager as I am to hand you your degrees and you to receive them, I just want to conclude by demonstrating what willpower looks like in person. Graduates, we have 8 adult degree completion students who have returned to college to finish their degrees in health studies or communication studies. Please stand and remain standing if you are receiving your ADC degree in health studies or communication studies. Remain standing. We have our first WP Online candidates for graduation in leadership and professional studies. Please stand and remain standing if you are in the WP Online program receiving your degree in our new leadership and professional studies major. Graduates, if you are the first in your family to go to college, please stand and remain standing. If you or your parents are immigrants, stand and please remain standing, remain standing. If you speak more than one language, stand and remain standing. Stand up if you're a veteran or active duty military. Stand up if you are a parent or a guardian. Stand up if you transferred from a community college or another university. Stand up if you worked full-time or part-time to get through college. Stand up if you're receiving a degree today. Congratulations, class of 2022. I can't wait to see the kind of future you will invent. Thank you. Please be seated. We will now present Carlos Medina with the honorary degree. The chair of the board will read the citation, and the honoree will be hooded and presented the degree by President Emerita Catherine Waldron and me.
As a Hispanic-serving institution of higher education, since 2014, William Patterson University is proud to recognize the accomplishments of Carlos A. Medina, a Hispanic business owner who has spent his career growing and promoting Hispanic businesses in the state of New Jersey and has been dedicated to raising awareness for and promoting diversity in entrepreneurship. Mr. Medina has had a distinguished career as an attorney, business leader, and most notably as an advocate for the Hispanic community through his activities with the statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey, representing the voice of 120,000 Hispanic-owned businesses that contribute $20 billion annually to the state's economy. He also has worked to enhance business opportunities for Hispanics as a founder and president of the Hispanic Chamber Fund, a loan program that helps business owners and entrepreneurs across the U.S. fairly and transparently gain access to capital to help them build, grow, and expand their businesses. Through his appearances on media outlets, including ABC7, WWOR9, Fox Business, and NJTV, and as the producer and host of the PBS and New Jersey PBS program, Que Pasa New Jersey, Mr. Medina brings diverse community issues to the forefront by featuring in-depth discussions with Hispanics from business, culture, politics, nonprofits, and academia, as well as non-Hispanic influencers and allies. Since 2009, Mr. Medina has served as president of Robinson Aerial, expanding the company's scope from a primary focus on aviation mapping and surveying to include high-quality construction management and engineering services. A graduate of Rutgers University, Newark, and Rutgers University School of Law, he's a former law clerk of Superior Court Judge Nestor Guzman. Mr. Medina serves his community through his work as a board member for Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, a member of the advisory board of New Jersey Salvation Army, a trustee of the Hudson County Economic Development Authority, and a member of Governor Murphy's Restart the Economy Task Force. He was also a board member of the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, where he served as chairman of the Real Estate Subcommittee for several years. For his achievements as an entrepreneur, his advocacy for and commitment to growing the Hispanic community in the state of New Jersey, and his dedication to serving the community at large, the Board of Trustees of the William Patterson University of New Jersey is pleased to award, on the 18th day of May, 2022, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, to Carlos A. Medina.
Mr. Medina will deliver this year's commencement address.
love you too. Bienvenido, damas y caballeros. I was here in February. I was sitting out where the parents are, and I was here to see a concert by a gentleman I think you know by the name of Mark Anthony. Vivir la vida, la 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 la. See, I was singing on Prue. I already knocked that off my bucket list. Welcome, William Patterson, class of 22. Thank you, President Rich Heldobler, for the invitation. Thank you to Guillermo de Vega, Loretta McLaughlin Vinier, my friend Roy Garcia, parents, friends, distinguished faculty, and familia. I'm proud to be before one of the most diverse graduating classes in the country. A Hispanic serving institution in a state that has approximately 22% of the population Hispanic. That's worthy of applause. As I talk about this diversity that New Jersey enjoys, we'll talk about diverse networks, familia, which is really a superpower that a lot of you guys have, and I'm going to explain why you have it today. I recently read a story from the great actress Helen Hayes, and she spoke about the butterflies that you get when you speak in public. A friend of mine, Patricia Stark, who teaches public speaking, says that when she interviewed Helen Hayes many years ago, she was a young reporter, very nervous, and Helen sat her down and said, "We all get butterflies, that's normal. But when you can engage those butterflies and have those butterflies work for you, that's when you have power. That's when you're able to accomplish many great things." So here we go. Familia to me is not just about sharing a bloodline. Familia is a network, a support system. It has your back no matter what. Familia doesn't judge, it supports, it applauds your success and outreaches its arm to you when you have fallen to help you get back up again. For you, the graduates of William Patterson, class of 22, I congratulate you on your William Patterson familia, a familia that you've been able to count on, especially during this health crisis that has lasted for over 2 years. You guys deserve a round of applause for making it through a crisis that generations have not had to go through. As a Hudson County boy, my New Jersey familia has taken many forms. From my early days attending St. Joe's High School, and I have a friend of mine here today, the Caraccio family. Shout out to Frank Caraccio, class of 84, St. Joe's. I know your son is graduating today. I'm the proud son of an undocumented Cuban immigrant. My father, Modesto, came to this country with $5 in his pocket, seeking a better life for him and his mom after his dad died in Cuba. Fleeing political turmoil and seeking a better life, he moved to the tri-state area and working 2 to 3 jobs and pursuing an education still in the evening, still while holding down all those jobs to support the family. My dad always said, though, very sternly, "Carlos, education is something that can never be taken away from you." Having been that so much of my family lost a lot in communist Cuba, that's an example. Your education is always with you. It's always something that's really going to stay with you and help you succeed in your career. As fate would have it, when Dad was here in the New York tri-state area, he met a lovely woman named Saida from Ponce, Puerto Rico. The courtship was not without drama. As my grandfather, Jesus Rodriguez, said, "Ese cubano solamente quiere sus papeles." That Cuban just wants his green card. Beware of that Cuban. Mom and Dad were married about a year later, and Dad would gain his citizenship by virtue of joining the Army and fighting in the Korean conflict. So before he was shipped up, he was actually shipped off to Germany, of all places, to serve in the occupation forces there a judge immediately made him a citizen so that if he was captured in battle, he would be afforded all the protections that you do as a U.S. citizen. After his time in the Army, he learned English, he learned the skill. He went to apply at the New York Times. At that time, newspapers would actually conduct the interviews for positions. So he went in for a foreman position. But my dad, I'll tell you, was a real charismatic guy, had a great smile. The person that interviewed him, they hit it off, offered him a position at the New York Times. So he joined the New York Times familia, often fighting, going to the publisher of the paper and fighting for diverse African American and Hispanic employees to not only be hired in janitorial position, the kitchen. So he was able to get reporters, diverse reporters hired, people brought into the newsroom, which was really unheard of at the time that he was working there. He founded something called the Hispanic Society of the New York Times, and he would help dignitaries from all over Latin America when they visited. They kind of say, let Bob Medina take them out, let Modesto take them out. One of the early people he supported, and he's maintained a friendship was Reverend Al Sharpton, was doing some research on a book, and nobody would allow him access to the vast collection of books and clippings at the New York Times. But my dad not only helped him, he assigned an individual to help him for 2 weeks and get him all the materials he needed for a paper that he was writing, and they maintained that friendship. He also worked with Cesar Chavez from the Farm Workers Union, did many fundraisers for him in New York City. His influence also extended to some major projects. He worked with a filmmaker by the name of Bill Miles, who had a documentary called Men of Bronze, which talked about the African-American contribution to the military from World War I. He also was instrumental in helping launch the Holocaust Museum, providing a lot of the background information and being part of that steering committee. Again, my dad was always a role model, taught me about the value of familia, a familia that in high school, we use a terminology that you probably know, being that you're in Jersey, get connected. There's always that Jersey classic phrase, I know a guy, because you know the best plumber, you know the best electrician. That's a Jersey point of pride. But again, it was always being part of that, at least at my high school, that Hudson County familia. A lot of those folks I went to high school, law school, college, I still call my familia today. All through my career in law as a business owner, I remember Dad's sense of familia, a network made up of positive engagement, aiding others, but never expecting anything as far as remuneration, anything in return. In 2011, that sense of purpose and giving back was really tested. I was part of the Hispanic Chamber, but admittingly, I was not a very active board member. And our founder became very ill and ultimately passed. We were $300,000 in debt, and people were calling us, debt collectors were calling. So as the attorney, everybody kind of said, let Carlos speak to them. I dug in. I helped with the board, our board of 10 members, to really dig out, figure out how to dig out of that drama. And it was a decision when I was asked to then follow up and become chairman. I had to sit with my wife. Do I really want to get that engaged and put that extra amount of work on my plate, especially as a volunteer? But again, I turned to that familia from grammar school, from high school, and really with an unwavering support from those folks, we were able to dig out, and that's when I accepted the position of chairman. And really am grateful for that decision, that leap of faith that I made. I bring this up because you're going to have difficult decisions to make. That was one of the most important decisions I made in my life. But I really, to make that decision, reached back to Dad's voice in my ear, telling me about familia, education, and all the good that he did for folks at the New York Times. So I knew it was the right thing to do. I accepted the chairmanship. Ultimately, then I became president. And right now, with the help of the board, we're the largest chamber in the state of New Jersey with over 5,000 members. Thank you. As the president said, We represent over 120,000 Hispanic-owned businesses. We conservatively guesstimate $20 billion is what they contribute. There was a Bank of America study that said Hispanics in general in the state of New Jersey contribute $87 billion to the economy. They call it the Hispanic GDP, which New Jersey is the 5th largest Hispanic GDP in the country. What we do for the Chamber, we're helping individuals that are either overqualified from the country of origin, perhaps their education, the credits don't get transferred properly, so they are contributing to the New Jersey economy. They don't want to sit home, collect a paycheck, they want to work. So the Chamber's helping them, we're training them at no cost to the members. Especially helpful during this pandemic that we've gone through where some businesses shuttered, but with our assistance, over 350 of our members received PPP grants. They received emergency injury disaster loans. So bottom line is, working with the Chamber has blessed me. Ironically, that leap of faith has not only been given me the ability to do some good, but I never expected what I would receive, the personal fulfillment that I would also receive. And the notoriety that the Chamber has brought to me has led to TV show that I work on. I was able to be recruited to the Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield Board of Directors. So certainly the sacrifice that I made has been paid up, the good karma, and I always believe in that in life. That good karma has been paid back, tenfold in my life. So always encourage volunteerism, philanthropy. Giving is always something that's going to give you back so much more. Now, I'm not saying that whenever you sacrifice, there's going to be a reward, but my message to you is don't let fear of uncertainty hold you back from doing what's right and doing what's good in the service of others. So you have that gift that I talked to you about. You have a wonderful, diverse familia right here at William Patterson. Your classmates, your brilliant professors, administrators, and don't forget to give gratitude to the familia at home and to everybody who stood up in the audience that really supported you on your educational journey. And finally, I'd like to invite all of you, I hope many of you are on LinkedIn. Let's connect on LinkedIn. I look forward to learning about you. And if I ever could help you in your journey, I really encourage you to reach out. God bless you all, and congratulations, felicidades, class of 22.
Thank you, Mr. Medina, for everything that you do for New Jersey and for the Hispanic community in particular. As a Hispanic serving institution, we look forward to partnering with you to increase that GDP, increase those businesses, and increase membership. Thank you, and let's give him one more round of applause, please. And now I'd like to introduce William Patterson alumna, class of 2015, Ms. Michelle Garcia, President of the Alumni Association. Michelle? I have it lined up right there for you. Thank you. Okay? I have my own. Okay.
Thank you, President Heldobler, Board of Trustees Chair Michael Sieve, distinguished guests, graduates, family, and friends. I am pleased to bring you greetings. I am honored to congratulate the members of the class of 2022 and join with the rest of the university community as we recognize your achievements. When President Heldobler confers your degrees, you will officially become William Patterson alumni, and I am proud, as President of the William Patterson Alumni Association, to welcome you to the community of more than 80,000 pioneers who live throughout New Jersey, the nation, and the world, and proudly represent our institution as accomplished leaders in every profession. I know each and every one of you will find continued success, as I have, because William Patterson graduates have a unique quality about us that separates us from others. These qualities, in part, came from the education we received here and the professional relationships we have built with exceptional faculty, staff, mentors, alumni, and peers. Today, not only are you receiving your degrees, you are walking away with unforgettable experiences and memories. Please continue to show your pioneer pride, demonstrate your willpower, and share your William Patterson experiences proudly. While you will be graduating, please know that William Patterson will continue to support you, celebrate your achievements, and value your involvement. Please remember that we do need you too. I would like each of you to think about the graduates who will follow you in years to come and how we, as alumni, can positively impact future generations of pioneers. I encourage you to remain involved with your alma mater and maintain a strong connection to William Patterson, as I and many other alumni do. We look forward to welcoming you back to campus so we can continue to share experiences and make new William Patterson memories. Your alma mater looks forward to hearing about your great successes and achievements. Congratulations to each of you on this special day.
Thank you, Michelle. Two members of our community, Raquel Prada Galvez and Michael Mangual, will be receiving their bachelor's degrees posthumously today. At this time, I would like to invite members of Raquel's family to join me on stage to accept Ms. Prada Galvez's bachelor's degree in her honor. I'd now like to ask members of Michael's family to join us on stage to accept his degree. So, are you ready? The Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Joshua Powers, will now present the candidates for their degrees. Provost Powers.
Thank you, President Held-Dobler. As recommended by the faculty and certified by the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to report that the candidates about to be presented have completed requirements for their degrees during the academic year 2021 to 2022. We want everyone to have their special moment. I want to remind all the graduates that while you will receive a diploma cover while crossing the stage, the President will not officially confer your degree until after all of you have come forward to be recognized by your deans. Therefore, it is imperative that you return to your seats until the President confers your degrees. We ask everyone to please remain in the arena until the degrees are conferred. Degree candidates will be congratulated by their dean, members of the Board of Trustees, and President Held-Dobler. I will now ask the candidates for all Bachelors of Degrees, Bachelors of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing to come forward by college to be recognized by their college deans. We will first present candidates from the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences who will be congratulated by Dean Wartina Davis. Michael Sieve, Chair of the Board of Trustees, and Trustee Audrey McDowell. And from the College of Education, who will be congratulated by Dean Amy Ginsberg and Trustee Lourdes Cortez.
Donald Albert Chipinelli. Victoria Danielle Heising. Christina Grace Martino. Rebecca Ramnarine. Emily Nicole Maxud. Savannah Gathers. Jada Ajay Sanders. Caitlin Marie Monahan. Christina Nicole Messner. Erin Faith O'Connor. Ashley Yaneris Disla Ferreira. Rosemary Kehoe. Marissa Louise Menadeo. Tanasia Nicole Weaver. Liam Mejia. Jonathan Peter Stolars. Vanya Castillo. Ryan Sudol.
Caitlin Altagracia.
Thomas W. Scalora. Wilbania Torres. Erica Lynn Martinez. Matthew Van Pelt. Jonais Martinez. Ashley Brianne Green. Helen Gonzalez. Joseph Spencer Palantonio. Randy Terhune. Megan Marie Leroux. Michelle Lobatone. Anthony Guy Abramo. Lisa Marie Giampietro. Mackenzie May Cuccia. Sierra T. Strong, Kelly Lynn Clark, John Andres Landano, Matthew Joseph Granuzzo, Steve Williams, Allison Kenny, Jasenia Ochoa, Amanda Michelle Manella, Gabrielle Ann Dixo, Brianna Rose Thomas, Louis Visaris Packing, Cameron Michelle Koenig, Valentine Ryan Perez, Jocelyn Taylor Harris, Maylena Wilson, Brady Michelle Landon Forderhays, Mikey Garrido, Maydalis Estefany Paredes, William Joseph Brown, Nadia Zakia Samad, Joseph Francis Palika, Tavia Lamaraya Mount, Amal Angela Santiago, Tahani Sahara Helms Ishmael, Jillian Nicole Bigos, Leonardo Alvarez, Joan J. Castaneda, Daniel Rafael Rodriguez, Salma Riyad, Alexa Morales, Jacqueline Christine Gazano, Eric Diaz, Jasmine Gonzalez, Ronald Gabriel Jensen, Richard E. Squio, Genesis Brianna Colon, Sarah Ann Silva, Justin Mark Kluss, Sydney Patricia Pace, Hunter Michael Machin, Tyra Kayon McCoy, Haley Adelisa Galvis, Leanne Christine Villegas, Ryan Daniel Brown, Lindsay Aaron Martin, Ryan Taylor Struck, Jamie Harris, Michael Tartarilla, Giovanni G. Vera Santana, Sue Bin Sin, Kara Kennedy, Michael H. Ebenhack, Jacqueline Beatrice Romano, Ali L. Wayrick, Charles Matthew Cusack, Robert Michael Norton Jr., Melissa Margaret Babyak, Eric William Laheed, Pamela Von Osen, Fotis Sambaneris, Lindsay Jordan Van Tassel, Ashawn Jones, Daisy Reyes, Sanjida Ali, Joseph Joel Rojas, Katie Smilas, Brianna Dajane Vereen Little, Rachel Nagy, Giordano M. Bailetti, Danielle Keitra Levy, Erica Arenas, Gianni Lee Calzadilla, Caitlin Ann Gibbs, Tiffany Monique Ebanks, Skylar M. Latore, Stephanie Lucia Gomez, Shahbaz Khan, Alyssa Kaylee Tunick, Abriella Jade Screven, Melissa Ann Romeo Werner, Essence Andrea Rowe Privet, Chelsea Ann Pena, Brenda Diaz Partida, Rachel Alexandra South, Alima Baksh, Taylor Nelson, Jordan Lee Smith, Nicole Trujillo, Deanna Tova Walker, Amanda Jo Siragusa, Isaiah Christopher Rodriguez, Max Justice Skelly,
We will now present candidates from the Casacos College of Business who will be congratulated by Dean Anthony Bowren and Trustee John Galadnick. Came fast.
Imani Kiara Resto, Daniel Chahade, Siraj Suleiman Rahim, Daniel Christopher Simon Slowinski, Yvette Nadine Blair, Brian Wheeler, Phil Andre Amitz, Yvette Rodriguez Fernandez, James Alexander Hunt, Leo Jr. Perez, Braden Robert Plone, Anthony Rodriguez, Adrian Joel Pelez, Lisette Suarez, Snejana Damo, John Bosco K. Mutua, Jacqueline Martinez, Candice Bowles, Alexander Paul Leota, Sebastian Zuniga, Mila V. Sarakalit, Mohammed Hilmi Hamad, Lucero Payano, Shabania Paul, Nicole C. Santiago, Joshua Dial, Julian Joseph Thalen, Leslie Mary Zarate, Anthony Christopher Uzalina, Maria Irizarry, Jason G. Tenner, Melanie Diaz, Damian Mache Karowitz, Melanie Lexi Pena, Tanya Toribio Almonte, Sarah Donovan, Alexander Jane, Gerard Travis Beeman, Arlene Maria Lopez Minier, Marco Nicholas Pelosi, Wode Armel Marency, Alexander Matthew Boscaino, Andres Antonio, Deborah Parker, Daniela Bermudez, Laurence Lucien, Levensky Merceda, Devino Beaublanc, Gerard de Guzman de Mayuga, Jared Salgado, Daniel S. Marmerstein, Marcel Elisha Mason, Sibelis Cologne, Siraj Abdul Malik, Maria Bido, Ryan Howard Carricker, Jordan Amer Ivy, Luisa Palacios, Diary A. Jones, Romello S. Malero, Devin L. Hampton, Brianna Castro, Taquan Quadri Brown, Lindia Beth Yuku, Tanaya Andrea Owens, Aaron C. Brown, Brian Thomas Van Koppen, Bridget Fleming, Brian Emilio Barroso, Vanessa Dervishi, Carolyn Breton, Chris Mary Rodriguez Cruz, Christopher Joshua Lopez, Sonia Haj Mustafa, Adam Ryan Marvin, Solange Abadal, Kimora T. Miller, Alex John Cavaluzzo, Jennifer Taylor Merchant, Megan Catherine Hoops, Natalie Nicole Champa, Nicole Gravier, Ethan Schwartz, Gianna Kosia, Alexis Hans Abrahamsson, Zachary V. Barr, Alejandro Roman, David Padilla, Rihanna Bella Vasquez, Daryl Emmanuel Theophile, Victoria Marie Levine, Nicholas James Rodriguez, Anna Michelle Badami, Dhruv M. Rana, Kitam Asfor, Janine McCallum, Melanie Diaz, Gabriella Carla Busaka, John Michael Breedveld, Christine Manzanal Gomez, Ruth Pena, Terrence Jamal Hanna, Cassidy R. Presudo, Noor Muhajir, Lady Mora Lopez, Dashate Sidel Scott, Christina Barcha, Charles Edward Bird II, George N. Villar, Ayana Perkins, Diego Juan Cortez Gomez, Iriana Lawrence, Katrina Rose Jenish, Anissa Shehu, Emily Lynn Leckie, Stephen Tilley, Luis Fernando Mendoza, Nicholas Terciano, Ricardo Corujo, Jaron Neil Bivens, Tara Eileen Weniger, Diego Messia, Nikki L. Cisco, Adriana Noemi Cordova Jimenez, Yasmin Chantel Johnson, Martina Frasca, Angelica Lynn Turano, Carmen Milagros Caraballo, Emma Dodson, Jamar Isaiah Stewart, Keenan Salah Hobby, Sasha Annalise Melenis, Antonio Blanding, Nathan Christopher Riley, Kiyoshi Q. Matthews, Stacy Genesis Suero, Rosalina Laterza, Marilyn Amador, Kamira Nayana Taylor-Reed, Michael Guisado Rodriguez, Victoria Jean Castro Giovanni, Susanna Nasri In, Jennifer Alonzo, Timani I. George, Allah Hafez, Dylan Fogarty, Darren A. Sampson, Keisha Turner, Rakisha Vinales, Kelly Taggart, Junjie Luo, Sherma Akhtar, Sajad A. Kashem, Joanne Marie Roncone, Chris Flores Perez, Chelsea Louise Frambach, John Carlos de Jesus, Adriana Del Gurcio, Veronica Chira, Christopher D'Amico, Jose Alberto Valverde, Sean Marie Gaffney, Samuel Arias, Haya Dabbit, Oriana Ricoba Estamba, Danielle Rebecca Verdude, Yasmin Galia, Diana Lori Jordan, Caesar David Castillo, Ariel Denise Smith, Eric Robert Knapp, Lauren Marie Gonzalez, Edgar Guillermo Carrasco, Jordan J. Jones, Donghoon Lee, Yamilka J. Peña Gomez, Joanne Solis, Anthony Sanchez, Sara Reyes Ortiz, Jasmine Celeste, Chelsea Christine Carrion, Juana Moran, Sibel Curtis, Eric Fuentes, Karen Serrano, Brian Arturo Ruiz Moreno, Iqbal Kusari, Charles Bryant Aguirre, Yvonne Herrera Cortez, Sofia Romano, Brenda Leonela Sanchez, Mario J. Galdamez, Jessica Krastek, Edgar Allan Jovel, Ariel Natasha Rotman, Alexander Velasco, Elijah Jaden Miller, Paul A. Bermejo, Nicole Rosario, Nicholas Patrick Lepri, Aya Chacha, Vincenzo Generoso Ferrara, Robert Anastasios Kratides, Maxwell Alexander Johnson, Shavana Powell, Kelvin de Los Angeles, Brian Dennis Sanabria, Matthew Jeffrey Hyman, Hussein Mustafa Halak, Ashley Andrea Arribas Plata, Arturo Baron, Shauna K. Christie, Sophia Tamayo, Jabeda Raja, Adriana Nicole Santos, Daniela Diaz, Dalurka Hilario, Monica Malachowski, Emily Catherine Blochinger, Anthony Peter Foes Benedicto, Mariana C. Coyotecatl, Cassidy Ray Catwinkle, Jana Tapia, Caitlin Rose Malaspina, Diego M. Nunez, Herbert Morales Jr., Alma Chakan, Hassan Riyad, Cynthia Coleman, Andrew Marino, Bea Bradford, Johanna Alicia Garcia, Nicole Elise Yemitz, Alexis Marie Calogiani, Kyle Lagnes, Danye M. Boyd, Daniel James Wolverton, Donato Lupinacci, Kira Shepard, Sasha Tineo, Alyssa Rose Mattia, Raimonda Shuto, Ashley Ann Guerra, Shania Marie Cross, Georgiana Rose Pearson, Jada Amelia Cordero, Andrew Rodriguez Keza, Amanda Lynn Cruz, Nikayla Gallagher, Roselli Munoz, Shanique Donaldson, Kimberly M. Lopez, Jasmine Carmen Latorre, Charlene Vianci Davila, Michael Nicholas Sicarella, Leonard De Los Reyes, Philip Shand, Carlos Augusto Paredes, Ian Manuel Dominguez, Christopher Jordan Vargas, Samantha Alexis Bucci, Courtney Lynn Leonard, Sierra Monet
Zamar.
Miller, Kaylee Rose Valencia, Stamatis Panayotis Miriagos,
William Houghton,
Nicole Eileen Mahoney, Judianne Serraccio, Jordan Lee Fields, John Anthony Nicholas Morales, Ryan T. Stevens, Nicole Protopapas, Jonathan Charles Zautis, Elizabeth Liachi, Juicy Estimable Alexis, Angeline A. Hamilton, Mateo Leo Licardo, Nicole Payne, Krista Sasso, John Michael Pasterik, Naika A. Homasil, Jacob Michael Heller, Jocelyn Flores Hernandez, Stephen E. Puchalski, Colleen Alizia Ashmead, Messiah Stevens, Melvin Angustia, Deborah Maria Bravo, Isabel Marie Fernandez, Noelani Coronel, Claudia Morales Gomez, Richard Neris, O'Day Raed O'Day, Danielle Nicole Sinise, Jada Jenkins, John Guayabo, Elizabeth Page Lee, Kareem Salam, Mitchell J. Gross, Aaron Justin Raimundo, Carly Don Costanza, Fritz J. Mateer, Ricardo Abreu, Sebastian Bartholomew, Kevin James DeGratilla, Justin Joshua Kwabena Asari, Ryan Eric Moss, Rasan I. Evans, Isaiah Eugene Joseph Adkins, Brandon R. Kelly, Kiana Janelle Vargas, Anthony A. Garcia, Kathy Garcia Vega, Julia Hoyt, Brianna Dores Johnson, Asil Jamor, Jenna Gabriel, Sarah Reynolds, Anthony John Everts, Kiana A. Marshall, Emmanuel Villa, Shingo Maruyama, Yash Dave, Andrea Uzategi, Carla Chavez, Adelina Nunez, Lauren Naveo, Anelia Danielle Wright, Megan May Quetchin, Nicole Lavora, Diana Perez Vasquez, Kayla Rose Vashi, Alexia Moragas, Maria Carol Perez Mulkey, Joseph Cassis, Patricia Palinko, Miriam Salman, Nigeria Celeste Minkins, Stevencia Cali Dantes, Harris Sadiq, Sarah Lisner, Daryl Allen DeVore Jr., Kenya Jalitza Narvaez, Joan Jose De Niro, Amanda Tabaris, Terrence Morris, Dana Marie Alfrey, Amanda Marie Canto, Lorenzo Dante Vasallo, Elena Albanese, Marinella Skirteska, Hannah Tate, Mateus Boris de Souza, Janine Safan, Jose Dolores Vasquez Rosario, Sarah Yaldruka, Shadalise Furman, Stephanie Lucy Manchego, Jose Antonio Ruiz Wise, Evan Michael Lamarca, Lucy Vo, Sarah Nadal Awad, Natalie Tiana Qualapana Castillo, Bianca I. Rovira, Jacqueline Isabel Valerio, Arnold Anthony Castillo, Kristen Garcia, Sarah Alicia Rondon, Paige Williams, Olivia G. Aegis, Murray Burgess, Giovanni Gomez, Kimberlise Padilla Mercedes, Riley Jade Garcia, Gina Gavin, Kanika K. John, Megan Kathleen Williamson, Jeffrey Hernandez, Leslie Marie Ramirez, Nathan Tomlinson, Sarah Lynn Bayer, Roxana Nuesi, Elizabeth Amber Smith, Nicholas Prisco, Carlos Manuel Aliaga,
Betty Kish,
Erna Jarai, Laura Di Domenico, Mohammed Saeed Afifi, Daphne Verdier, Wensley Dadley Eloy, Torrey Turner, Mehedi Hassan Kondokar, Obasi C. Njoku, Janea Caitlin Stiles, Tasia Anderson, Elizabeth Roa Valenzuela, Zuria Nur Memin, Yaniri Valenzuela, Yasmin Ali, Rebecca Ann Annunziata, Scott Rosenberg, Nicole Alexandra Cherbakova, Skylar Shea Keogh, Katya Elizabeth Quinto, Saskia Orozco, Edalie M. Rodriguez, Rochelle Serrano, Genesis Milena Shunio Sanchez, Adonis Well, Ashley Gomez, Ronel Manuel Cacao de Roma, Vanessa Nicole Campos, Randert Guzman, Erica Maria Pena, Tracy Rodriguez, Victoria Lynn Perlroth, Collie Forrest, Jacob Von Giebel, Kayla Elizabeth Miller, Jose Manalansan, Mafuza Udin, Nicole Mejia, Amy Maria Garcia, Genesis Daniela Villalba Abarca, Annabelle Garcia, Monica Collier.
We will now present candidates from the College of Science and Health who will be congratulated by Dean Venkat Sharma and Trustee Kevin Lenahan.
Haitham Hussein, Camille Carrion, Hamze Hussein, Brianna Marie Tomasco, Justin Fernandez, Amani Ilean, Amir Shaheen, Milagros Booth, Bernardo Sosa Navarro, Isaac Lobo, Belinda Ingram, Cameron Wayne Forrest, Stephanie Janelle de la Cruz, Aaron Yakub, China Rivera, Mikhail Dadu, Melody Setindler, Roberto Marquino Montes, Lucia Guzman, Stephen William Morton, Noreen Hussein, Lizette Pena, Greta Paige Botbile, Kiana Giovanna Jimenez, Jenna Catherine Daly, Jennifer Rivera, Gianna Lisa Jacobelli, Jake Bejarano, Mercy Gani Wendy, Alicia Marie Mitchell, Kiana Garcia, Sarai Mejia San Roman, Leslie Judith Enriquez, Rodrika Clayton, Jasmine Nicole Davis, Justin A. Gerentano, Delano William Vanderpool, Nicholas Barrera, John Ryan Ilgi, Roxana Rodriguez, Najer Wright, Albert Rivera, Dana Lee Garcia Izquierdo, Cynthia Maciel Guerrero, Mackenzie Nicole DeAndrea, Dulce Coapio, Jessica Coleman, Susan Imbula, Elisa Lisette Berrocal, Jobami Ortega, Jonathan Montuma, Corinne Ashley Davis, Hadia Lee, Amana Awad, Minerva Martinez, Dielza Caba, Cassandra Renee Angel, Giselle Sanchez, Darian Luis Ortega, Renad Saleh,
Sally Nala,
Shaden Hisham Mahmood, Anthony Quintero, Alana Contreras Rios, Alexandra G. Roman, Brittany Marie Humansky, Angela Gabriela Aguilar, Sebastian Flormont, Andrea Helen Petro, Mary Lugley, Amanda Seegers, Lauren Fierro, Idalis El Marin, Kiara Ayana St. Clair, Lucille Joy Abatayo, Imani Lugo, Cameron Lynn Litterini, Heidi Diaz, Anthony Navarrete, Crystal Montiel, Nicole Colon, Dwayne Brown, Janelle Lewis, Bianca Christine Diaz, Bilal F. Sheik, Michael Patrick Moran, Oliver Emmanuel Garcia, Aya Ghanem Himaid, Mark William Texon Ramos, Kevin Lee,
Kai Jones,
Brooke Simone Corey, Andrew Jesus Castellar, Justin Giovanni Evangelista, Jason Alexander Rodriguez, Jolene Keys, Lester Antonio Zavala, Gibeli Cruzeta, Gabrielle Kylie Pierre, Ray David Gonzalez, Jenny Jean, Dean Delary, Kiana Balido, Robin Garcia, Jose Moranta, Kamaria M. James, Jourdain Ford, Nikki Walker Gaffney, Jaslyn Quinones, Cassie R. Girardin, Jesse Young, Frida Yarboy Harris, Catherine Remular Tolome, Ramona Druzel Frazier, Lady Diane Morales, Tavandria Arkel Darby, Barbara Fanord, Danica Rose DeFrank, Leah Teresa Santanastaso, Gabrielle Popinchuk, Serena Rose Shabika, Taylor Isabella Giavato, Dayanara L. Burgos, Sierra Efferson Fields, Valerie Ponce Cruz, Benny Lee Lara Suero, Stephanie Quillones Cáceres, Matthew Jeffrey Stone, Regina Kishana Clark, Miranda Victoria Podolick, Georgia Rose Marquier, Sapphire Adela Torres, Samantha Elise Sepulveda, Kayla Michelle Epps, Alize McCutcheon, Caitlin Marie McManus, Shannon Marie Jackson, Taylor Ann Friedman, Gina Marie Mealy, Karina Castillo, Aphrodita Adza, Alyssa Summer Gauthier, Anthony Ortiz, Bhavin Babubai Rana, Julian A. Alba Navarro, Diorcy Francisco, Maurice Tyrone Adams, Esmely Molano Solomon, Alexander Chernyshev, Alicia Parker, Thomas Matthew Hahi, Megan Martinelli, Elizabeth Ann George, Bianel del Carmen Mena Mayi, Karen Rachel Vigil, Andrea Elizabeth Syvertson, Tracy Asibu, Roxanne A. McCoy, Philip Richard Danielle, Daphne D. Lopez Tapia, Justin C. Bunshu, Melissa Inoa Filpo, John Andrew DePrecker, Bridget M. Shaw, Haley Alexis Ortega, Stefan Gorgievsky, Jennifer M. Rondon, Harland Viselli, Mbalu Berete, William Michael DePinto, Gianna N. June, Oscar Vasquez Colon, Dwayne Stubbs, Alex P. George, Famina Varie Parham, James Christian Davino, Tanaya Lee, Cindy Montalvo, Andrew Carlos Rodriguez, Crystal Ann Arendas, Lindsay Joy Lasaka, Jonalyn McLean, Brianna Puccio, Victoria Angeles Rivera, Alexandria Lee Ivanitsky, Esma Ramadan, Cameron McKenna Norman, Gabrielle Marie Salomon, Kristen Valavka, Diane Kate Terrazona, Justin Andrew Charles, Leslie Quinones, Bruce Puel, Mildred Susan Agenor, Francisco Betancourt, Jessica Barra, Patience Esosa Omoka, Matthew David Combs, Kristen Barbaro, Anna Christina Garcia, Rosalie Viola Knudsen, Taylor Newman, Brianna M. Decker, Brian Galindo, Amina Zreek, Jillian Faith Devitt, Laura Gabriela Vasquez, Larry Felix, Christian J. Avila, Summer Lynn Blaze, Mario Ludina, Samantha Faith Giordano, Dajane Hines, Malik Marwan Ahmed, Starmeka N. Greer, Jessica Mena, Virginia A. Torres, Stephanie Waters, Danielle Filato, Katie Ann Camacho Thomas, Jeremy White, Sebastian Eduardo Rivera, Myasia Dawn Matthews, Shayan A. Faki, Zailu Hernandez, Jean-Carlos Tapete, Jamie Navarro, Asha Lamaris Toon, Calvin Mack, Sahesh Usalu, Jonathan Vella, Vincent Cambareri, Tyler Stevens, Hunter Leo Delisle, Christian Ariel Hernandez, Rahet Ahmed,
Isaiah Almonte,
Raymond Yoon, Deja Monet Miles, John Anthony Marino, Nicholas D. Rosado, Morshada Sultana, Alexis Brianna Walter, Adrian Arias Regalado, Jamil S. Huddy Alexander, Brian Tordos, Robert L. Allen IV, Daniel Anthony Buccisano, Joshua Linnell Fitzpatrick, Amir Yunus, Jacqueline Patricia Campos, Chance S. Smith, Ruth A. Tedla, George Robert Grabuznik, Brian Alexander King, Stephen Parker, Joshua David Tregora, Christopher Lachetti, Elon L. De Jesus, Jaron B. Solis, Harry Dwayne Perryman Jr., Julian B. Solis, Megan Kirsten S. Ponce, Andrea Macias, Jeb Tecumseh Caliolio, Caitlin Neo Pearl Johnson, Alan Gilberto Castaneda, Tyler Benbow, Eddie Guzman, Irma Guadalupe Rivaron Pacheco, Anastasia Renee Kieco, Auralina Peguero, Alyssa Lee Figueroa, Murad Abdulatif Salame, Ahmad Munem, Marissa Luren Banks, David Eric Caraccio, Evan David Phillips, Justice Gregg, Farhana Akhtar, Johan David Yamoza Alvarez, Jabed Mia, Alexandria Grajales, Claudia Denise Padilla, Shania Marie Laylor, Mary Rose Dizon Adun, Samantha Salazar, Brianna Tapia, Alicia Miriam Burton, Caitlin Claire Ramirez, Youssef Saleh, Charmaine Joy Pasion, Elena K. Elkuri, Stephanie Rose Gunby, Alexandra Marie Cummings, Nelson Tusami, Nicole Alexandra Escorcia Batista, Anthony James Finnan, Kyle Schmidt, Christian Alejandro Bermudez, Adani Camacho, Christopher Francis Glatz, Hugo Chavez, Nicholas Dudin, Frank Javier Obando, Joselito Archie Peruganan Paz Jr., Brandon Bain, Maria Belen Chinepe Silva, Kaula Mohamed Dawood, Antoinette Arce, Elizabeth Curley, Samantha Janine Ligner, Michael Whip, Evans Osafo Akoza, Alyssa Rose Dykstra, Nathaniel J. Williams, Sally Ann Fernandez, Jordan Tyrone Cranford, Matthew John Morrow, Kyria Abdul Haq, Clarence Samuel Jr., Michael J. Cabezas, Joanna Anise, Patrick James Hild, Daniel Thomas Jurgensen, Brittany Jalissa Perez, Alan Ihiri, Ricardo Ventura, Craig Patrick Jorgensen, James Nicholas DePinto, William Richard Pike, Brittany Danitza Deza, Joel Brian Bajorquez, Suzette Ramirez, Anthony Adrian Espinosa, Jabari James Lockhart, Derek Paul Shuba, Ashton Jamal Hines, Michael Rocco de Blasio, Gabriana Ruthland, Joey Alonso Diaz, Adelmo Justin Natilla, Sean Michael Dwyer, Delia G. Fernandez, Vincent L. Gatta, Michael James Muir, Miko Sotero de los Santos Palace, Lenny Alberto Cruz, Nikolai Fortuny, Jason Brian Morgan, Christopher John Howderman, Shaughnessy Gordon, Aisha Afroz Siddiqui, Wilden Germain, Sky Karen Gugliuzza, Alyssa Cindy Villalba Hassan, Michelle Contreras, Ashley Elizabeth Sawyer, Lamar Khalil Jones, Lana Vera Shirley, Nakaira Earl, Samori Torre Rose, Stephen Mulder, Ashley Brenda Freeman, Giovanna Rose Policino, Christina Foncasta, Patrick John Messina, Trinity Aaliyah Beecham, Dejanay Cyan Perez, Cherish Cabri Hudgens, Sylvie Erickson, Olivia Marshall, Jennifer Catherine Bone, Jeremy Paul Dreisbach, Teslim Bakar, Nicholas Donato Salvatoriello, Alyssa Lee Brink, Sarah Vogelman, Jamie Christopher Morella, Lacey Ann Beal, Adriana Reyes Saucedo, Heather Lynn Barhen, Eric Van Arsdale, Taylor Lynn Beck, Stephanie Andrea Brand, Shane Vincent Zafria, Jillian G. Caltagerone, Miles Turner, Julianne Grace Kearns, Jeremy Alexander Hammerquist, Gianelli Guadalupe Gaspar, Michael August King, Dina Abdelaziz, Nicole Postma, Ashley Burrows, Daniela Lucia Lebu, Jessica Marie Moore, Anthony Caton, Guadalupe Bandera Dragon, Alana Scaglione, Emily Rodriguez, Gregory William Geis, Wendy Olmos, Leonardo Montoya, Connor J. McBride, David Mateo Mejia, Jaylene D. Guzman, Japheth Meza, Justin Franklin Vasquez, Adalise Zarate Macareno, Karen Annette Miller, Jordan Ashley Helpap, Stephen Molinares, Elisette Marie Cartagena, Michael Louis Fortunato, Victoria Lynn Grabuznik, Ashley Neal, Jack Maloney, Emily Christine Gonzalez, Ashley Kim, Ashley Gracia, Joseph Alexander Manella, Grace Garces Maglione, Ryan Michael Goggins, Cassandra Christelle Francois, Luis Velasquez, Aaron Mamid, Viviana Restrepo, Melissa Torres Comia, Jenna Lynn Holtzman, Robert Andrew Melendez, Luis Castillo, Giovanni Molina, Courtney Paula Tate, Bailey E. Stewart, Kayla Marie Smith, Kathleen C. Stavar, Jennifer Lynn Thurkoff, Megan Davis, April L. Jones, Megan Ross, Sage Taylor Rankin, Jillian Marie Kalinowski, Vincent Thomas Connolly, Noreen Ashley Flores Abden, Teresa Maranuzzi, Charlene Hartman,
Eunice Lavia Johnson.
Ava Gabrielle Aislinn Burgos, Joy Adiambo Ajuoga, Joseph Awoyera, Jeanette Meme, Ivana Lynn Williamson, Caleb Anthony Robleski, Eddie Cabrera, Sarah Higgins, Joseph Hennessy III, Brenda Marie Barbosa, Arion Edward Robinson, Samantha Santiana, Mesoma Egesianu, Jaleesa A. Hernandez, Jordan Robinson, Yonia Hargrove, Stephen Joseph Prisco, Brenda Carolina Rivera, Joanna Aline Hook, Victoria Lynn Cruz, Iris Sanchez, Raya Hilmi Hamad, Kehinde Sierra Jacqueline Aretula, Beatrice Ayodeli Amune, Kyla Sabello, Diana Kachaha, Kiana Wallace, Giovanni Giada, Indira Sahai Ruth Fredericks, Joshua James Smith, Michelle LaCapra, Vincent Michael Aquavella, Ketsia Lazar, Alan K. Lazoff, Carrie Marcel Abrigo, Tal Ryan Barenfeld, Priya Kishansharan Patel, Kaylin Gabriel Cardello, Adrian Ontiveros Lorenzo, Griffin Daniel Fink, Madison Elizabeth Kay, Patrick Gannon, Natalie Hishmeh, Anastasia Milosevic, Elliot John Bernard, Isabel T. Ayala, Isabella Francesca Cachotolo, Victoria Tsiuri, Kirsten Lynn Butler, Sandra Christina Ruella, Brenna Kathleen Moran, Jade Baquero Nichols, Alexandra Elisabetta Cernoki Lavorato, Jessica Cristina Diaz, Indrojit Chatterjee, Faith Kajuju Munoru, Kyle Earl Zamori, Tara Ruano Esquivel, Eric Ronald Chase, Casey Ann E. Mendoza, Kevin Daniel Carrillo, Catherine Angela Axon, Patrick Kleiber, Annabelle Marie Close Fernandez, Grace Elizabeth Rochette, Yaba Zay Goddard, Hodo Ismail, Luis Angel Soto, Ria Patel, Chloe Albano, Chris Michael Manapat, Chica Ebay, Kyle Macavinta, Pamela Ergiles, Nicole Parra, Christina Ray Kramer, Sarah Keeley, Kathleen Elizabeth Sillin, Jocelyn Beretta, Emily Rose McQuaid, Maha Asfor, Robert Patrick C., Julie Ann Mariblanca, Elliot Scott Bunting, Stephanie Nicole Borges, Derek James Weigel, Caroline Mancuso, Grant David Sipple, Nicholas Vito Bova, Alana Monet Wilson, Jake Hunter Newton, Lysandra Pena, Andrew James Mayeski Jr., Dina Matias, Bansuk Kim, Marielle Angelou Taliban Santos, Chloe Olivia Borthwick, Carolyn Marie Sorge, Teresa Grace Abu Daoud, Liza M. Coder, Ryan Matthew Chanal, Nicole Lynn Iorio, Jonathan Evan Giddings, Joanna Helms, Shannon Ann Kahn, Catherine Ann Cherilanza, Isabella Antoinette Bonilla, Hilda Ibarra Munoz, Gina Marie Garofalo, Colette Lynn Timms, Mondyson Mentor, Aya Imad Umar, Khalid Solomon Almaneri, Taylor Page Grayson, Chloe Elizabeth Kasbarian, Rachel Ruth S. Santos, Mahogany Iman Lilly, Caitlin Elizabeth Jenkins, Simone Williams, Haley Jordan Olson, China Janae Rogers, Hope Morgan Adelsberger, Tyvana Marlin, Diamond Janae Robinson, Kathy A. Youngaisela Velez, Lillian Ogechukwu Ejiofor, Rosemary Jimenez Ortiz, Caitlin Marie Dunn, Heidi Crystal Montez, Nasima Khatun, Richard F. Hanley, Ariana Elise Brown, Amber Lynn Santana, Leon Kyle Purin, Jacqueline Riedel, Parvin Yunus, Kayanne Christina Smith, Martino Scarnati, Megan Elisa Vogelar, Vanessa Deandra Vincent, Felicia Minnie Washington, Patrick Darius, Dieuson Joseph, Charlene Felisant, Nirali Neville Christian, Abigail Campbell, Sayeda Nahar, Star Madison Alexandra Nesbitt Smith, Marie Carmen Hassel Espiritu, Liliana Giselle Castro, Veronica M. William, Shania Althea Crawford, Sandra Lavanya Stanley, Sarah Marie Graham, Yaeli C. Rothschild, Ju Hyung Hyo, Stephanie K. Elcori, Olivia Joy Clifford, Paige Nicole Romano, Imani Jasmine Anderson, Angela Di Guzman, Jana Tederina, Liani de los Santos, Sergo Desti, John Thomas Kobianki, Adrian Beardsley, Bohoabele A. Bataba, Sandra Saint-Hilamy, Alyssa Massacott, Shalise Diana Dowdell, Felicia Nt, Jaronda Monique Ingram, Vanessa Ngozi Ozuzu, Crystal Chioma Olapu, Ora Gordon, Isata Berry, Hope Chinoso Makoba, Josephine Y. Sioun, Antoinette Kelpie, Lori Marie Railing, Kristen J. Memory, Caitlin Grabley, Iris Nicole Ondal, Christina Garcia, Courtney Ann Dedinos, Natalie Blazina, Brooke Melissa Warhurst, Allison Teresa Kincaid, J. Christopher Gerardo, Vincent Penzato, Samantha Scriparis,
Rosa Tarico,
Flor Juliette Irisari, Sadiqa Hoffler, Estauri de la Cruz, Geraldine Calix Starks, Joarabel Daizico Flores, Chimi Dolker Terap, Simran Kaur, Marie F. Vinette, Olga Sefacor-Hado, Nicole Carlino, Mari Carmen Branca, Subia Rizwan Sheikh, Haley Michelle Babis, Kelsey Jean Murphy, Linda Erd, Chandra Hope Ramlagan, Amanda Nicole Rodriguez, Ashley Amanda Zion, Joshua Aaron Fulo Vitan, Desiree Nicole Jones, Brittany Lee Guzman Swain, Olivia Ann Sozio, Morgan Urrutia, Christine Noel Walsh, Stephanie Manaya, Ashani Needham, Nicole Ann de la Cruz, Giovanni Shim, Carl Andre Dizon Mercado, Kelly Lynn Griffin, Alexis T. Struck, Tatiana Thaler, Melissa Kathleen Tyrone, Abigail Viola, Ann Greer, Andrea Torres, Marie Ivrose St. Felix, Ryan Marie Casido, Nicole Tremble, Caitlin Palouse, Jennifer Lee Reel, Susie Q. Louie, Laviana Andrews, Antonio Gencarelli, Nicholas Gerard King, Jessica Sosa, Uriz Maciel Tejeda, Stephanie Derogine, T. Phuong Nguyen Huynh, Lauren Marie Moore, Janet Kisavi Shields, Tiffany Unique Dove, Colin Wonder, Zoe E. Cardenas, Jill Schwartz, Janelle Alfred, Juliana McVeigh, Genesis F. Gonzalez, John Galucci, Lindsay Julia Johansmeyer, Mike Quartucci, Evan J. Meyerhauser, Natasha McGee, Taylor Mastropasqua, Erica Zampino, Ryan Colleen Tai, Anthony Daniel Zangoli, James Robert D'Alessio, Sean Anthony Maldonado, Jake Deanda, Tashonda Michelle Brown, Liadmila Reinhardt, Maria Molina, Brianna L. Booker, Martin Baker, Lorene Jean, Kyla Monet McGloster, Vanessa Chira, Karen Calixto, Ria Chowdhury, Yeun Wong, Akeelia Graham, Asia Thompson, Mickey Glaceau,
Angela Canna,
Emanuela Mensa, and Gina Libley, Karen Jankowitz, Angela Marsha Mosca, Michelle Dion Ramundo, Shireen O. Ano, Nuha Kased Hamude, Andrew Michael Herman, Cecilia Mary McDonough, Dylan Kowaleski, Joseph David Cacho, Joseph Salvatore Grudadaria, Theodore Iraji, Courtney Josephine Donargo, Matthew Grizzle, Inasia M. Baker, Joseph Philip Weglars, Carolise Quinones Almodovar, Carrie Ann Samuels, Janice Hall, Holly Jean Palatucci, Irene Chinyere Akpukpara, Malgorzata Dorota Lasosha, Vanessa Gomez, Joanna Maria Gazabon, Tatiana Jasmine Morales, Nyasia Cooper, Abdul Samura, William Ruffin Odom, Miguel Eduardo Barraza, Michael Daniel Dumit, Peter Sarai Pescator, Danielle Joan DiPascal, Dean Louis Bua Jr., Brianna Francis Altamiro, J. Tyler Milligan, Stephen Noel Laho, Antonio Rosario, Stuart Sharples, Matthew Joseph Monteverde, Autumn Nicole Webster, Christian Robert Abreu, William Joseph Fries, Demetrius N. Gresham, Adriana Christina Dialaman, Jonathan Mike Sarango, Kevin Correas, May N. Sun, Alime Asani Doughty, Hafsa Aden, Griffin Alexander Ross,
You want this? Wow. After the conferral of degrees, our new university mascot, Pio, and President Heldobler will lead everyone in one last willpower chant. The recessional will follow, which will be led by President Heldobler, Pio, and the platform guests. For safety reasons, the new degree holders will enter the recessional following the platform guests. President Heldobler, all the degree candidates have now been presented.
So now let's get to the moment that we've all been waiting for. Will those candidates who are eligible for Latin honors, summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude, please rise? All of these students merit special recognition for the high level of academic accomplishments that they have attained. Will all the remaining bachelor degree candidates please rise? And will student speaker Brian Wheeler please come forward? Will the faculty and the administrators holding faculty rank please rise and face the graduates? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the William Patterson University of New Jersey, I confer upon each of you the degree that you have earned and for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, you may move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations to our newest William Patterson graduates. Let's all show our William Patterson pride with one last willpower chant. I say will, you say power. Will, power, will, power. Congratulations.
William Patterson, proud pioneers, orange and black the colors. say power is what we cheer to. William Patterson pioneers. We are the youth's founding community. We strive for honor, justice, and equity. I'll stand for you and you will stand for me as William Patterson pioneers. Trailblazing pios, we are great pioneers. Undaunted, we will meet across any frontier. We stand committed throughout our years to William Patterson pioneers. I say will, you say power. I say will, you say power. William Patterson pio, William Patterson pio, William Patterson pioneers.